My son is coming today. My oldest son.
Oh, is coming. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is Lois Schnackenberg. Mrs. Schnackenberg is one of our finest artists and has come from Long Island, where she worked in a gallery, and so she knows the ropes here. And she's done this beautiful nude, and she's going to talk about it.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of my background. I was a fine arts major at Adelphi, and we had the nude. We had to have at least 3 times a week, and it was only 50 minutes, so we learned to work fast. So at Unison here on Thursday nights, which is the Community Arts Center of New Paltz, we had a 2-hour session, and I was able to bring in my French easel and paint this wonderful model, and I had a full 2 hours. And I got it all done because of my training at then Adelphi College in Garden City, Long Island. So I'm very grateful that we were geared to working fast.
This over here is another wonderful piece. Or, oh wait, we're not looking at the piece, we're looking at the wonderful girl.
Oh, hello.
Woman.
How do you do?
Yes. This is Amy Diener, and she is an art student at SUNY. And we're very proud to have her at this show and hopefully many other shows. And behind her is her piece. But first we'll talk with her.
This piece here is called Kitten Present. I painted it actually about a year ago with oil on canvas. And the point of it kind of was to show very like sensual, cute emotion, looking at it. I used a lot of brush strokes, which I feel like represents me as an artist. And I want someone who loves cats to look at it, and everyone to look at it, but I absolutely love cats. They're so relaxed and they're so calm. I love them as creatures, so I wanted to show that. And I put a cute hat on it, and
what medium did you use?
Oil on canvas.
And what is that on the right over there?
It's a little, actually, it was a assignment that I did for my painting class, and we had to add like a abstract design element into it, so I added like little undulating shapes to it. Actually, I'm also a dancer, and I do Middle Eastern dancing, so it's kind of the shape of an undulation, so sort of kind of added me into the cat spirit. But
and how did you find out about Unframed?
Actually, my friend had told me about it, and she said, come with me to the gallery and put your name on the lovely list and see if your work can be in a show. And I said, let me come in your car right now and let's go. And so we did, and we came and put her name on the list, and here I am at this lovely gallery opening. I'm laughing right now, but yes.
Thank you very much.
Luscious.
And you are.
Thank you. Thank you. Luscious.
And I think we have another wonderful artist here. Doreen, come on. Doreen Stopinski is usually brings us these incredible birds, and she loves owls, and she's been showing with us for a couple of years almost. If you want to describe what this is about.
It's simply a sailboat race, and I call it seabirds because some sailboats are referred to as seabirds, and of course I have the seabirds in the sky, and then the one directly above it, that's regatta, and again it's sailboat race.
And how did you pick the colors?
I randomly picked the colors for the top one. I just wanted something that was bright, but still had the colors of the sea.
And so it's quite abstract.
Yes.
So that's really... We have another wonderful artist and the curator of this show, Luscious, Jane Lehman, who has been with us for a while and has helped with workshops and helped curators and is a real important part of this gallery.
Good afternoon and welcome to Luscious, and I'm a collage artist and I have 3 pieces in this show, and this would be one of them. My Succulent Plums, and it's a collage made with dyed paper, and it's a fruit bowl with a bird, and I think it's pretty luscious.
And how, I'd like to take this opportunity to really thank Jane for everything that she's done. And hopefully we'll be, she gives workshops also. And the kids and all ages love these workshops. They just have like, it's luscious and full of all kinds of materials. And people work for hours and they make lovely works of art.
Collage is a very generous medium, and I thank you for coming.
All right, this is a lovely piece, and it's called The Peruvian Flower, and it was taken by Chrissy Roth, who is going to talk to you about it. It's very sensual, feminine and masculine, all rolled into one, and as you'll see. Okay, now.
Okay, this is a photograph of a flower that I took when I was vacationing in Cusco, Peru. It was taken outside of our hostel that we were staying at the time, and the photograph was taken as if we were looking at it right now. The flower hangs down like that. I attempted to find the name of the flower, however, I was unable to do so. I never was able to find out the name of the flower, so I just called my photograph The Peruvian Flower. It was taken in 2008.
Okay. Here is another one of our wonderful, wonderful artists, Christina Karp, who has been with us and helping us and getting us students and other artists, and so she's a really integral part of the gallery. You are.
Thank you.
And you've also curated the show, and Dusk to Dawn this year, which was a beautiful show. So now you're in Luscious, and you have this amazing giant piece with incredible detail, and I would like you to start talking about it. Just tell us a little bit about your piece.
Sure. It's about my daughter, Nicole, and when one approaches a subject that's very close to you, you necessarily have a lot of background information about them, feelings about them, and that's what you see relayed in this portrait, is all the love, the care, everything we've been through together. That's my daughter, yeah. And in terms of symbolism, I would have to say that is up to the viewer to pick up what they want. It's entirely subjective. Whatever one wants to take from it, one can take from it. But it's a painting of passion and love and care.
And I'm just really interested, even though you're saying whatever we can read into it is okay with you, just about the white on the left middle, in the left center, it just feels really almost otherworldly to me. Did you have anything in mind when you did that?
Well, I hate to disappoint, but I'm working with a live subject as well as a photograph. So I see her on a daily basis, so that comes across in a painting. But also I needed the photograph as reference. I love the colors, I love the setting. She's a natural model type of person, so she created this. I took a photo of it and loved it. And that, what you see, the white coming out of, was an open window. And I remember discussing it with my husband, Marty, what to do with that window, how to make it gain some significance. And an ethereal quality was what I wanted coming out of it. But the symbolism, again, it's very subjective. So I just wanted to deal with the technical issue of the window and how it could add depth.
And another question is, where do you usually paint, and how long did this take you?
Well, artists paint wherever they can. If one has a studio, it's wonderful, but I paint somewhere in between the living room and the dining room. A bunch of them, and then this one, I took it a few years ago,
Oh, so we've got you. We're going to do an interview for you.
Oh, okay. My God.
Okay. Right. And I am the artist of this piece, or the creator of this piece behind me. I know this year there's been a lot of controversy about women's rights, and men in Congress and all over are trying to run their lives and decide what health care they can have. And I just thought that I would do something a little different to bring to awareness to women's rights, the beauty of women, the lusciousness of their underparts, so in a different way. This is an interactive piece, so you can come, and what it shows is just the celebration of sensuality, of sexuality. You can kind of like feel it and feel the warmth and the fullness of this piece. It's made with a number of different medium, wood and fabric and pearls and just all different kinds of things, and you can move it around and you can feel it, and it's a celebration of woman, and where so many places in this world women do not have rights. I'm really happy Code Pink helped me think of this because they did some protesting and wore vaginas, and were walking around, and especially after some of the the reprehensible people in Congress talked about how women should not have the right for abortion and birth control. So I want us to go forward, and I feel like it's time for us to really go forward in the world with women's rights and the celebration of women. And over here, if you get a little closer, these are right around the clitoral area. These are little feeling nerve endings. So it's feeling very good right now and does like to be touched. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. All right. This is I'm interviewing Frances Sandiford, who is a wonderful member of this gallery, and she's the one that gets people to sit. So a lot of times, or one of the ways the gallery runs is cooperatively, and people take times where they sit at the gallery, and she calls them up and bugs them and says, do you remember you have to sit this weekend from 1 to 5? And she's very nice, and I've never heard one complaint about her, and she gets people to do what they need to do. Her son, Paul Sandiford, who also goes by the name of Fool, is an artist here, and he's not here today, but she's going to talk a little bit about his piece, which is right over there on the wall.
All right, Paul has two pieces in the show. This one, which is, well, his conception, I guess, of luscious love or companionship, whatever you want to put it. And the other one is over here on the wall with the lady with the sort of drooping eyes. That looks as if it had been done on wood, but I don't think it has. Paul is very much a self-trained artist. He kind of paints from the heart. I guess that's all I can say. And then I'm all done.
What?
Take care and I'll hear from you.
You have to let me think first. What are you going to do?
Okay. What inspired you to do?
Value. I just don't know what that value is.
Okay. Here's an artist that is incredible and very delicate in her style, Fran Schiff, and she's been with us this year, and we're really proud to have her. And she's going to talk a little bit about her piece. What's the name of it?
It's Luscious Red.
Luscious Red, and she painted it for this show, which we feel really honored.
Okay, so it's basically about veils of color, because if you tell me that we're having a show called Luscious, I think about the paint, the quality of the paint, and how sensuous the paint is, and how the different colors are, can turn you on, how you can just make colors all day. And I like to use like really thin veils of color. So, I mean, there are colors.
I would like to introduce Connie Noli, artist extraordinaire and helper and glue of this gallery. She's helped in so many ways between landscaping, art, bringing artists, bringing friends, and her own incredible painting. And she did one specifically for this show, and she'll talk about it right now. Connie, here you are.
Okay. The one specifically for this show is this one. And I also did this one and felt that this one was luscious. In both cases, I'm doing vegetables like sculpture. I'm also a sculptor. And I use light, and especially I use black paint or dark paint to emphasize shape. I'm very interested in shape versus space. This, by the way, is a piece of cheese in a wrapping. People keep asking me, what's that? And this is a wooden bowl. What I'm most excited about this is the sculptural form of the dish towel. I love that in comparison to the big solid forms of the two peppers, the red onions in a bowl.
And how long does it take you to do this one in particular?
Well, it's really a hard question because I work on it a little bit, and then I have a lot of family stuff I have to do, and then a little bit. So it takes like a week, but it probably only takes 4 hours. You know, like, it's hard to say.
And going back to the apples, when Connie brought this, it was... going back to the apples, when Connie brought them, they were wet. So did you work from live models?
Yes, oh yes. Yes, they're both oil paint, so it's probably still wet.
Yes, hot off the press. Okay, or hot off the artist. Okay. Hi, this is another new artist, and her name's Suzanne Barnes, and we're really lucky to have her. She's always about town and knows everything that's going on, and we're lucky to have her gold and red painting, which to me reminds me so much of an ocean, a calm ocean, not like what we've had. And you look almost like a painting yourself.
Well, actually, the title of the first one is Soleil et Sable, which means sun and sand. And actually, I have sand I mix sand with acrylics, right? So I like things with texture in them. And so that's the sun above the sand. And this was called Rouge et Vert, which is red and green. Of course, I was a French major, so that's why. So these are my first efforts in an exhibit. I've been studying watercolor at Mount St. Mary Desmond for about 1.5 years with Wendy Virgilio, and I'm studying with Nancy Reed Jones at acrylics, and also at Walker River School.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope you're in another show very soon.
Merci beaucoup.
One of our best sellers here is my sister, who's Leah Marrero. She's not here. She works with Aya Art, and she's also a frack master, and she's always getting towns to ban or make moratoriums about fracking. We're very, very passionate, and she is too, and this egg beater is like her. She kind of beats you up over the head and just mixes you up and gets you to finally do something to ban fracking. And she's very, very creative, and as you can see, she uses mixed media. If you look down here, this is another piece by her, the octopus. And take a look at this. She uses belt buckles and all kinds of. These are buttons over here, and this octopus is quite sort of interactive. Here's a dragonfly. As you can see in the dragonfly, there are belt buckles in it, and sometimes she uses parts of an old roof and hangers. And if you look back here, this is kind of like, I guess, an olive, you know, something to get, you know, olives out with. So she just, you know, the sky's the limit with her, and she just loves to just keep creating things that nobody's ever seen before. One other piece I'd like to show you is, this is a, well, you tell me what it is. It's another octopus. So, and maybe that one's little baby. I'd like to introduce you to Howard Miller. He's a New Paltz artist who has been working for many years as an oil painter and acrylic, right? And he does murals. He's just done an incredible mural over at Mahoney's, is it?
No,
O'Brien's in New Paltz. So try and get to look at it. It's on the wall, outside.
No, inside.
Oh, it's inside. No wonder I didn't see it. Okay, inside. So you've got to go in O'Brien's. Okay. All right. So,
look in the window.
Oh, Howard, can you talk to us about this piece?
I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't.
Okay, what medium did you use?
It's acrylic.
Acrylic. And
on canvas.
okay, and what inspired this piece? Was it a Modigliani or not?
Modigliani inspired me to do that. Yeah.
And why the city in the back?
I just thought it was a good contrast to the light skin like that. You know, the brightness of the skin. It kind of lights it up. You know, lights up the figure.
And this oil, it kind of is very luminescent. What did you do to create the luminescence?
Just work it. Just keep working on it over and over and over again until you build up the light and the dark. You find out what makes it light, what makes it bright. Till you hit it, and then you work on that area. You know.
Yeah, because it's really beautiful. I don't know if you can get a close-up of that. Okay, great. And then this lovely one on the top.
This is the same idea, actually. I work this the same way. They're both from my imagination, so I can only work from what I probably saw somewhere else.
And it's a real mysterious feeling.
Yeah, you kind of like don't know what's on the other side of that. The boat's heading towards that, whatever that is.
And the incredible lights and darknesses in it, just kind of like contrast and bring it out.
Yeah, yeah, it's got a mood to it, you know. It's a moody kind of a painting, you know, sort of like my personality, you know.
Yes, and I can attest for that.
Yeah, you can tell I can have that kind of moody.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
And this is Jane Lehman, and through Hurricane Sandy, she came in the wind and everything and hung these pieces with me. And give her a hand. Let me introduce you to Lucy Miller, who's one of our great artists here and has been showing for a couple of years with her husband and Howard, and she does some lovely pencil, and this is a photograph that she took a little while ago.
Hello, these photograph that I took is a big magnolia tree that's right in front of my house, and it was just so luscious and beautiful that I went up to my bedroom and I took a picture, and then I took different views, and I just thought this was the best one, and I just love the colors, and so I thought I'd enter it in the show.
And what's really nice about it is the view. I like the building in the background. Just kind of like the angle is really.
Yeah, it's actually my my townhouse is behind it. So that's my townhouse. I get that every spring.
This is Pam Plummer, who is a new artist. Not new artist, but new artist to Unframed. And we're really glad to have her and her incredible photographs.
Thanks so much, Michelle. I was highly flattered to be accepted here and very excited for people to see my photographs. I've been doing photography for a lot of years, but just recently, probably in the last 6 months, really focused on the concept of people knowing where their food is coming from and understanding just the ability to be able to reach out and touch a lot of these things. And a lot of people have asked about the incredible camera and lenses I must have, and I have to admit that I am doing all of this with a wonderful little Nikon point-and-shoot camera that just blows my socks off. So I'm hoping everyone enjoys seeing my photographs, because I certainly enjoyed taking them and working them and hanging them here at Unframed Artists. Yes, sure. To be, which I like, instead of it being something so totally set in a particular look. Then this, just good basic onions that I happened to take a look at, and I just loved the root system on them. I loved the fact that it was like you could almost reach out and feel them. And so that got named Touch Me. And this was sort of an accident. This was taken on an old rusty milk can lid that's probably 100 years old. And I had gathered these little sun gold tomatoes and went in to wait on a customer, turned around and said, "Oh, good grief, it rained on the tomatoes," and took one look and immediately grabbed the camera, and that was it. So I love seeing the angles and the colors and the way light reflects off different things, particularly water drops. So I'm just thoroughly enjoying this whole process. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, Pam. And I'm really happy to have her. And the close-up photography is just incredible. If you could back up without falling down, Bill, I just wanted to show you this last piece. We have a shy artist here. His name's Giacomo Monti. And he did this piece, which is, I think it's called In Vino Veritas. And it's, I think it's Dionysus. And he's kind of like, gathering all this luscious, Pam's luscious pieces and Connie's and so many of the artists' incredible pieces. So he's kind of like gathering all of us. So thank you very much. And our show is running till December 29th. I'd like to extend it too, because it's an incredible show. And we're open Saturdays, Sundays, and if you give us a call or find us on Unframed Artists at yahoo.com or unframedartistgallery.com, you can make an appointment and come by at any time. Just give us a call, 845-255-5482. And we're happy to have you, and we love having different artists, and we like breaking outside of the box, the unframed artists, meaning, as I said before, just we can't be framed. We're just all different and beautiful and exciting.